Sitting all day. Imagine your brain as a busy city. Thoughts, memories, emotions, they all create waste that must be cleaned out. Now imagine the garbage trucks suddenly stop coming. That is what happens when your body barely moves. When you sit most of the day, at a desk, in a car, on a couch, your body slowly becomes less sensitive to insulin. Most people think insulin only matters for weight or diabetes, but your brain depends on it too. When insulin stops working properly, brain cells struggle to get energy, and your brain becomes worse at clearing waste. Some studies even link long periods of inactivity to the same proteins that build up in Alzheimer's disease. The problem is not just exercise, it is movement. You do not need a gym. Stand more. Walk while you take phone calls. Use stairs instead of elevators. Take short walks after meals. Sitting all day does not just weaken your body, it quietly trains your brain to age faster. Doom scrolling until your brain is numb. You open your phone. I'll check something for 2 minutes. 20 minutes disappear, then 40. Social media feeds are designed like slot machines. You swipe, something new appears. A joke, bad news, drama, a product, a stranger's perfect life. Every swipe gives your brain a small dopamine hit, over and over. After a while, something strange happens. Reading a book starts to feel difficult. Slow movies feel boring. Silence feels uncomfortable. Your brain becomes addicted to constant novelty. Heavy scrolling and constant switching between apps are linked to worse focus, weaker memory, and more impulsive behavior. The part of your brain responsible for self-control and good decisions, the prefrontal cortex, gets overloaded. You think you are relaxing, but your brain is learning something else. It is learning to need chaos. The apps are free for one reason. Your attention is the product. Treating sleep like it is optional. One more episode. Just one more email. I'll sleep later. Your body might survive on 5 hours of sleep. Your brain cannot. During deep sleep, your brain activates a cleaning system. It washes away waste, including beta amyloid, a protein strongly linked to Alzheimer's disease. But this cleaning takes time. When you cut your sleep short, the process stays unfinished. Waste stays inside. Night after night, year after year, the damage slowly accumulates. People who consistently sleep poorly in midlife show smaller brain volume and faster cognitive decline later. You think you are just a little tired. Your brain is running on unfinished maintenance. Every short night is a small attack on your future memory. Living in permanent stress mode. Imagine a fire alarm in your house. Sometimes it rings. That is normal. Now imagine it quietly rings all day, every day. That is chronic stress. A little stress can help you focus, but constant stress is different. Money worries, work pressure, family conflict, constant notifications, always being on call. Your brain never gets a break. Your body releases cortisol again and again. Over time, high cortisol begins to damage the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory. It also weakens the prefrontal cortex. Planning becomes harder. Patience disappears faster. Emotions become stronger. Long-term stress is linked to faster brain aging, depression, and memory problems. You may call it being busy. Your brain calls it something else. Danger never stops. Feeding your brain junk. Think of your brain as a very expensive computer. Now imagine you keep pouring sticky soda inside it. That is what a poor diet does. Food high in sugar, ultra-processed snacks, and constant sugary drinks do more than affect your body. They directly affect how your brain works. Frequent sugar spikes make your body resistant to insulin. When that happens, brain cells struggle to use energy efficiently. Processed foods and trans fats also increase inflammation, damaging the connections between brain cells. Over time, people with poor diet patterns show faster decline in memory, attention, and thinking speed. Your brain is literally built from what you eat. If most of your food is cheap, processed, and full of sugar, your brain is trying to do complex work with low-quality material. You do not need a perfect diet, but real food gives your brain better fuel. Vegetables, fruits, whole grains, nuts, fish. Your brain notices the difference. I'm fine alone. Some people say, I don't really need people. They work. They go home. They close the door. Quiet feels comfortable. But long-term isolation is not the same as peaceful solitude. Your brain evolved for social contact. It expects faces, voices, shared experiences. When social contact disappears, the the brain loses one of its most important exercises. Large studies show that socially isolated people have a higher risk of cognitive decline and dementia. Their brains often appear biologically older. You do not need hundreds of friends, but your brain needs connection. A walk with a friend, a conversation, a hobby group, a weekly coffee. Loneliness does not only affect your emotions, it slowly starves your brain. You cannot replace your brain. It is the only one you will ever have. I'm Brain Typo. See you in the next update.